If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash. I put my money in a strong position. They try to tell me I can't win, it's just a stupid superstition. Cause when I focus, you will notice that I'm winning. We demolish every bookie, there ain't no competition. Now listen, I would never give you shitty picks and do you wrong. Come and join the Discord, tell these bets and hit the bone. Cooking up a parlay super unders and a song. We be really winning, this ain't just to make another song. So if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we coming in and we taking all the money.
Just cash.
They can't do nothing to stop us.
Just cash.
Hey, fuck these bookies, man.
Just cash.
They wanna limit me cause I win. Label me the enemy cause all I do is win. Just give us a try, this is where it all begins. I'm not gonna lie, all I know how to do is just win. If you love making money and wanna win,
Just
they wanna
cash.
limit me cause I win.
Just cash.
If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash. Just cash.
Just cash.
love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash. Love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash.
Hey, hold up. Fuck, I lost too much money on that shit. You fucking fuck off. Hey, it's just fuck.
Just cash.
What up?
Yo.
What up, bro? What up? How's it going, dude?
It's going pretty well. Oh, allergies starting to stir up. We got a little cold front going on here, but we are back. It is Just Cash coming at you on the Flex Friday with PrizePicks, and we got some Underdog action. Just had an absolute banger again. Tackle props. Shout out to Big Underrated, who is also joining us today. What's good, man?
Oh, hi. I'm just over here trying to log into sites as fast as possible to try to get this silly prop that these bookies put up for some reason, some unknown reason. I'm doing some X searches, trying to find out a whole bunch of info here and being like, what are they doing here? And I couldn't find anything, so we had to smack that under. If you're in the Discord, you got it. It only lasted about a half an hour, I think. And then they took it off.
Yeah. Yep, not even that long. So we had some. That was the reason why we were actually kind of late today. We just had to hurry up and get that out. So shout out to Big Underrated. And as he mentioned, our Discord still running the 7-day free trial. So make sure you guys check it out down below. Hop in there and get in on the action. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We are still on the road to 1K, just rounding that corner. So appreciate you guys hanging out as always. And we're going to talk a little bit of ball today, and, well, we were going to talk about that tackle prop, but it's already gone, so that's neither here nor there.
It is not there.
Yep.
It was there and is not there anymore. So I see Big E in there in the chat. What's up, bro? I hope you got it in. I think you did because I extra tried to make sure that you saw it this time. I tagged you twice. So hopefully you got your FanDuel in or your, I don't know where you might have got it in. Hot Streak, is, in fact, you have, but don't know. Anyways, that's why it's very important to have as many sites as possible because you never know. A few sites had it, a few sites didn't. And that's how you make the money.
Yep, exactly. So that was a really positive kind of way to start the afternoon. So super excited to see how that pans out they play on Sunday, right?
I believe it is Sunday. Yeah, there's 2 games tomorrow. I don't think it's Washington, but so, yeah. Good to go.
Well, stay tuned on that. So we'll hopefully have an exciting finish there. But let's talk about a little bit of college basketball today. We got, honestly, pretty light slate as far as both, honestly, all basketball today. There's only 3 NBA games, I believe, and we only got, 5 games worth of props on Underdog for college today. And some of the games, honestly, just kind of look like a fade to me. Just a few really good defensive teams and Also, some of these teams today are kind of playing some of their, real road games. A lot of these college teams do play at home a ton, but there is some notable away games this evening, but we'll get into that. We got a couple of familiar faces. We played Zuby this last game, and I know we were looking for his PRA, and I believe he came up just a little bit short because of the blowout. They put a whooping on him. Yeah, he only played 24 minutes, so we did see that reduction, and I believe he had 19 of the 21.5 PRA that we were looking for. So unfortunate miss there, but I think this is, again, a perfect opportunity to go right back to the well. Now he did, and we did mention this on stream, he did clear his fantasy, so they bumped his PRA and his rebounds back down, which both are definitely in play today, the 20.5 and then the 6.5 rebounds. But the fantasy, funny enough, they bumped it up. So we talked about this last time. He ended up picking up a bunch of blocks and steals. So in a more competitive game, I think you could also consider this as well. He had 3 stocks this last game. So he's good for 1.5 a game. He had 5 stocks this last game. He went absolutely crazy with the blocks. But I wouldn't expect 5, but I think you could pencil him down for about 3 stocks a game. So still, even with the bump, not too bad. But we're going to go back to Zuby today. How you feeling about him? Nice slow pace, low total game.
Yeah, it is slow. It is low total, but I feel like he's definitely one of those guys where the bookies are just giving us a treat here. They're giving us a little bit of love here. I mean, you can look at all those green bars and just be like, wow. In NBA, they'll trick you and they'll know what they're doing when you see all those green bars, and there'll be a reason why he's so low. But I don't think there's much of a reason today because he got stuck at that 7 last game, but that was because it was a blowout and he didn't play all the minutes. And I know we looked at him last time. He's a very interesting play here. So I'm hoping he goes over. I definitely have a good feeling about it this time because it should stay close. And, the last game was a blowout, and there's another couple games where there were blowouts. The only reason he didn't get there. So when I see stuff like that, I mean, I know it didn't work as well as I wanted it to a few days ago, but I'm definitely thinking that we're getting some value here on this play, on this guy in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we did talk about the inherent risk with him last time that, if it does blow out, there's definitely good chance that he could see reduced minutes. And unfortunately, he saw a little bit more of a reduction than we were, I think, anticipating. But this game today, I think personally, talking, money line spreads, I think this game is a coin flip. Now, Providence on paper and looking at their 7-5 record, is the not mostly appealing part of it, obviously. But the fact that St. John's is also 9-2, be like, oh, this is obvious favored team. But I think Providence can actually hold their own at home. I don't expect this to get out of control whatsoever. They've played phenomenal defense this season. Really, their Achilles heels has been some of the turnovers and the just inefficient scoring that their offense has overall. But as far as their defensive end of everything, I mean, they're really, really good. Look at, honestly, top 100 across the board, and points allowed and the assists, you can see that follow along with it. They're just limiting a lot of production to their opponents. So I think while we have really high-powered guys here on St. John's, Providence, pretty good defense, so they should be able to keep it close. And I think that's the biggest thing we're looking here is just make sure this guy's out there doing his thing and getting that, closing minutes that we need from him. So last game too, just to kind of circle around with the game script, he had a really slow first half and then just absolutely came alive after halftime. He came back in. I think he put up an immediate bucket, and then they went to him a ton. I mean, his field goal volume was very low in the first half. They were leading the whole time, so he didn't really have to do anything. But when they actually started running the offense the normal way and running the, pick and roll, I mean, he was an absolute monster. Just free throws, layups, dunks, everything. So I think, again, go right back to him today, praying for this to stay a close game, but it's on paper. Only 5.5, and this just moved to 5.5. It was at 4.5 earlier. Yeah,
I like it, man. 5.5 is not much, and in Providence too, or at Providence, so should be good to go, man. I feel pretty confident in that one. Although I must say, we've gone on a little roller coaster with these college props. We are learning which players and which teams still feel the solid and most consistent, but this dude is the epitome of consistent. So we should be good.
Yeah, man. Right there with you. So looks good today. We're going to go right back to him. And it's kind of funny, so let's talk about some of the spreads and money lines here. Normally, minus 258, this is way closer to 8.5, 7.5, something like that. So this to me feels very trappy tonight. It makes you kind of really buy into the road home court narrative. Personally, I mean, we've been talking about it. We joke about it all the time, but the home court teams have been absolutely dangerous this year and really, really sticking to business. So if they can keep it close, I think, this 5.5 is pretty generous here. You could probably even consider maybe an alt line or either direction. But yeah, minus 258, that doesn't feel too enticing, does it?
No, it is strange how you're saying that. That I don't do money lines much, so I haven't really studied that. And are you saying that minus 258 is worse than it should be?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty terrible odds for just a 5.5 point game.
That's interesting. I never really paid attention to that correlation with the spread and the money line. Maybe that's something I need to figure out. But yeah, you could be onto something there.
Just something to, think about. And shout out to you real ones that were hopped on the stream the other day. We sniped out that Georgetown plus 158. Absolute banger. They beat them by 20 points. I mean, that was totally sweat-free.
A plus money sweat-free bet. You can't be mad about those things.
Yes, sir. So that's what we're hoping to do today.
You know what, though? You know why that happened? I think it's because didn't we get 25 likes on that one? Isn't that why it happened? I swear.
We did. That was a 25 liker day.
All right, guys. Well, we got 25 likers on that day. Let's try to get 25 likers today, too. Make some good stuff happen. So if y'all haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like. The dumb, ridiculous thing of hitting the like, I know, but it really does help. So we'd appreciate it if y'all did. And what else you got, E? Same game, it looks like.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the same side of things, just kind of, I think, consideration for a hedge play, but also a line that looks pretty favorable just in general. So RJ Lewis, his 4.5 rebounds. I believe Coach posted earlier today when the odds were a bit better. He was closer to a 0.9, but still, if it's, I'm not sure if it's still available at the same odds on Fliff, so we'd have to double check that, but I'm fairly confident this did bump down a little bit during the day. But yeah, his 4.5 rebounds, minus 140. So this guy just a really, really active guard. He plays kind of like a small forward, so he does hang around the rim a lot more, as you can see. But again, with this game, should be a lot closer, more competitive, a lot more missed shots. So rebounds should see a slight increase and a decrease on assists. I would say on both sides of the ball today, but there's going to be a lot of rebounds to go up. So biggest thing for this is just make sure, we're not getting a lot of free throw attempts. That could hinder this just a little bit. But overall, I mean, both teams are pretty good about keeping the hands to themselves. So that also correlates with the points per game. So looks pretty good here. I mean, we're talking a guy playing pretty, and both of these guys for that matter, in competitive games, I mean, upwards mid-30s for RJ Lewis. And, I mean, Zuby would just play an unreal amount of minutes. So that's why he's our main anchor for this prop, and then RJ Lewis is going to be the hedge for that.
So it looks like RJ bumped a lot since last night.
Did he?
Yeah, his rebounds now on Fliff are minus 170, and his RA now bumped a whole point. Didn't we get 5.5 last night? Now it's 6.5. Pretty sure we got 5.5. And what was the other one? So his PRA is what we were on. Let me see if that bumped too. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what we posted last night real quick.
Yeah, he was 6.5, minus 115.
He was last night. Okay, well, that actually didn't move. The actual rebounds is the tough one. So yeah, the RA is still good to go, and so's the PRA on Fliff. So you don't have to just do the rebounds there if you don't want to. I guess if you like the 4.5 though, either one.
Yeah. Yep. Just make sure, shop around accordingly. Don't get ripped off on your odds depending on the site. But still a couple options, so make sure you guys get on it.
Yeah, this should be a fun one. 2 props in the same game and or 2 players in the same game. 4 different props we bet on, so that'll be a fun one. In a dare I say, boring NBA day again.
Yeah.
Yet I say, may I say, not even John can come in and say today's NBA is going to be interesting, because it's not. I know yesterday it was with all those games, but today's 3 games, and they're all ugly. Would you agree?
No, it's a very ugly NBA slate, and
Oh, yeah.
kind of surprised. They usually will have a lot of teams on a back-to-back and just play through it, but it looks like they're going to save the games for this weekend and kind of work around the NBA or the NFL schedule. So that'll be fun. I mean, at least we'll have honestly a jam-packed weekend. I mean, there's going to be football and basketball and college, which, I mean, Saturdays are always just an insane amount of college anyways. So
Right.
there's going to be a lot of business in the Discord, and a lot of plays I feel like going out.
Yeah, and if you guys aren't into college quite yet, jump in the Discord. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some plays tonight for sure. Catch the value for tomorrow's games. So jump in today. Like you said, 7-day free trial. It's risk free. Come in, put up a couple bets in. If you get some wins, you might want to stick around. It's fun. And I see Jay Nug in the chat today. That always makes me happy.
I know.
Jay Nug.
I saw him. I think he surfaced like earlier last week, and then actually been active in the chat. So love to see you back, big guy. Hopefully all is well.
He says, I need long hair Eric back. Winners come, Big E. Stop trying to catch the flu with that clean cut, LOL.
Oh man, I gotta get a haircut again here soon. It's getting long.
Eric can't resist. Not you, Eric. The other Eric in the chat. He says he can't resist NBA. He has Miles Bridges points in PR. He just cannot stop the NBA. He loves the NBA. Hey, everyone got their things, right?
Yeah. Hey, whatever floats your boat. No judgment here. We're definitely gonna try and find some value. And Bridge, man, I already know Bridges is gonna be bumped something crazy. I think he's like 32.5 PRA. I mean, he's in a decent spot, I'll say. We just need him to shoot that 3 ball, man. Yesterday was so disappointing. He took, I believe, 3 out of his 4 3-point attempts all in the fourth quarter, and obviously, the dude's gonna be cold by that point.
Yeah.
Hey, Zuby just getting bumped again. So
Oh, yeah?
hopefully you guys are getting that in.
Yeah. I like Big Zoob. And he's fun to say, Zuby. AOD's here. He says, just cash, mofo. Smash the like button. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. We're at 13. We need 12 more. I think it's possible. If we get to that 25, oh boy. It did good things for us last time. Let's do it again. Ian's first today, too. How do you feel about that? Big Ian back, too.
I know. Ian's back in the Discord. Love to see it, man. Definitely missed you. And we missed the banter on the show here. So glad to see you guys back, man.
And the raggedy GIF. Missed that as well. AOD says we're all D-Gens united as one. We appreciate that. James Taylor says Jaylen Brown assists over hit every time. Tatum over rebounds. We'll get to that in a second. After we get through this college, we'll get to a little bit of NBA. Eric has a question about Jimmy Butler. We'll just get to those after. How about that? We have a few more college plays, right?
Yeah, we just got one more to talk about.
One more,
and
okay.
we talked about Seamus the other day. You know, he unfortunately got into massive foul trouble in the first half, and he still only missed by, I think he missed by 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 for the PA and 1 for his point. So that was the only reason. And they gave him the business too, so it ended up being kind of a blowout. But or no, they played Xavier. That's right. Yeah, it came down to the wire. He was cooking in the second half, but we're gonna go right back to him. I mean, the guy's at home. He still ended up putting up 20 PRA. So the fact that, I mean, his PA this last game alone was 19.5. Now we get the rebounds basically free added in there. I think we go right back to it. I mean, this guy's been proven all season at home. He missed 1 game, and that just kind of is what it is. But we're gonna go right back to him today. I mean, if this guy comes out, plays his normal minutes, over 30 minutes, I think we are looking good. 3-point sniper, he's a beast of a player.
Yeah, when we have these type of plays, same with the last two that you mentioned. Even I think Zuby's my favorite, but I like them all. Doesn't it remind you of WNBA kind of the way that the lines are? They're even, I think they're even softer. So there's even less people betting on college than WNBA. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to bet on today, so it's not like the other day where there was only college basically going on. There's no football, the day before, the day after to really get. There's nothing the following day to spread out the money across the board. Whereas, we got a college tomorrow, which we'll probably see a little bit more action. But the fact that we got football and NBA, a decent slate tomorrow too, a lot of betting is going to go just across the board, not just pile up on one sport.
Luka's out again tomorrow as well. Yeah, I agree with you. It's interesting. Tomorrow's going to be ape shit. I bet you they put a lot of props up tonight, though. So that'll be fun. Look through some college stuff tonight and NFL tomorrow, too. So it's going to be wild and wacky. Kyrie Irving not listed on the injury report, and Luka's out. So if there's any Kyrie props anywhere for tomorrow, I don't know if there is, but gosh, that's a smash. They probably got smart and didn't put him up, huh?
That I'm not sure about. I know Kyrie did. I believe he also practiced today on top of that. So
Kyrie's playing for sure.
Yeah, he should be good to go, I would assume. I don't know why they have Luka props up.
I'll check a few sites while we're sitting here, see if there's any Kyrie anywhere. But last time I got some Kyrie in when the Luka news came out and Kyrie didn't play. I was like, damn. Bastard.
Yeah, they pulled the board right now, at least.
Okay.
Let me see if Hot Streak's got anything. Nope. All right, so we will be waiting for props there. But yeah, so to kind of wrap up here for, Seamus, we talked about the other day. I mean, just an absolute monster at home. Had a very, very difficult matchup, but this matchup is slightly more favorable. And I think not having the 3 fouls in the first half, because he ended the game with 3 fouls. So, the guy can keep his hands to himself. Not having those foul trouble in the first half, I think he gets there for us.
Okie doke. Looks good. So 3 college plays that we feel good about for sure. So that'll be nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they just did with Zuby. They took his rebounds. Oh, yeah. Was he a .87 already?
I'm not sure. I played him on Fliff last night, and he was at -115, so that was huge value. .87 is around, what, -200 even? -180 or something like that. So, -115 is craziness.
Oh, where's he at? Yeah, he's -169 on Underdog now.
Okay, makes sense.
All right. Well, let's talk about some NBA then. We got one of our favorite rebounding matchups. It's going to be OKC, and they are in Miami. So I do like me some Jimmy Butler when he's in Miami. There's still a lot of buzz and a lot of talk about him being traded. I know they were speculating and talking about it even more today. So personally, I mean, he's looked, himself. He's been playing the minutes, mostly over 30 minutes in competitive games. He's been going out shooting the ball a lot more lately, and get out of my face. He shoots even more so at home, and I think today we're going to go right back there. Honestly, I wouldn't mind the 29.5 PRA. He normally kind of floats between this 27.5, 29.5 range, but his best upside today by far is going to be the rebounding, and either straight up rebounds, or you can take the 3.5 defensive rebounds on PrizePicks, which I think this is a unique play today and one definitely in consideration. He had, in the last game that he played against them, he had eight just defensive rebounds. So very, very high ceiling for him today. Both him and Bam alike should see a lot of opportunity.
Him and Bam. Okay.
Him and Bam. Yep. So, and also on PrizePicks today, I mean, they are goblins, so a ding to the payout. But if you want to play them in 2 picks, the Zuby 5.5 rebounds and RJ Lewis 3.5 rebounds, both available there. And you still have the option for Seamus, his PRA line over there. So if you wanted to make some protected plays, you could probably pick. I would definitely pick Zuby, obviously in this case. So these 3 plays in a slip with something else, maybe.
Okie doke.
Yeah. Now, honestly, I mean, as far as NBA today, going to be kind of more of a kickback, take it easy. I was going to ask you, you are definitely the Brolo whisperer. So Lopez has been playing decent lately, the last 2 games. And now, so his line here, whenever we took him, he was closer to the like 9.5, 10.5. I remember we played him the alt under 11.5 for that game, and he absolutely just shit the bed.
Yeah.
These last 2 games, pretty decent matchups, and I'll say the OKC one. I mean, he just got hot from 3, and Lopez kind of has those flash games, but yeah, today against Afro and Evan Mobley, that's not going to happen, man. They're not going to have that. They're definitely going to be swatting his shit out of here. So I think today, honestly, we see them spread the minutes out even more so. Bobby P, they're going to need his scoring upside to help with the second unit. And I know we talked about AJ Green this last game, and I believe somebody ended up sitting out, and we got a little bit better value for that. But yeah, I think they're going to have to stick with the Twin Tower situation here a little bit more. Like, we're going to see a lot of Bobby Portis plus Giannis, or Lopez plus Portis, some combination of that. But he's going to have his hands full today, and there's a lot of potential for foul risk. Jared Allen likes to get active at home, and I don't see it for this guy. So they're giving us a lot of options today. The one that really stood out for me was the 12.5 at 0.9. I think this is very difficult for him. Even if he's getting hot from 3, he could hit 2 threes and still just go cold from the field. And this is not a good free throw upside at all.
Okay. I'm always down for those unders, but I'm wondering if he's on hot streak too. I would think he would be. I wonder if what the payout is. 0.9 on Underdog's not bad, but doesn't hurt to check.
So 1.55?
Oh, sounds like Underdog's a little better. Okay.
All right. Yep, and I know you like a good under, so that was one that I think is very interesting today for an under.
I am not mad at that.
All right, so let's look at Miles Bridges, because I know. Oh, okay, his lines got adjusted a little bit better. This is more appealing. 32.5 was just outrageous. This is not going to be a pretty game, folks. Let me tell you that right now. I mean, we got slow leg Embiid out there with Paul George, who's just been all over the place this season. I mean, don't know what to expect from these 2 guys, but Embiid is at home. I think he's going to try and do his usual thing. So look for straight up points. I think the rebounding is still definitely sketchy with him, and yeah, I don't trust that personally, but scoring looks good. 3.5 assists, I think, is pretty solid. They get a nice little pace up here, and they're at home. My biggest concern would be, can this game stay close? With LaMelo Ball out, I mean, he really put the team on the back to even keep it competitive yesterday. And I mean, we're going to have all these G League guys playing today, all the backup dudes that were playing yesterday just randomly hitting threes. I don't think that's going to be quite the same case, and this is going to be a way more difficult matchup for that pick and roll they were running, because one, they run the pick and roll with LaMelo Ball and with the bigs, like we saw yesterday between Nick and Mark, and even Miles Bridges for that matter. So they don't have him. So it's going to be Micic at the point. They don't do that. Totally different game plan. And it's going to be Embiid. I mean, he's not just going to let him walk up and get that. So, yeah, I'm really worried about this game staying close, if I'm being totally honest. I see Eric is asking about Embiid first half points. Yeah, I think as long as, let's see. Oh yeah, 13.5, that's really good value. He's always 15.5. I believe he was 15 this last game where he missed, but yeah, he does his most damage by far in the first half. usually in the first quarter. I don't want to say take first quarter props because he's been very up and down. But yeah, first half, 13.5, that's a really, really good discount. So good looks there.
How about Jay Nug saying Jared Allen RA? Is it over? Is the over worth it? He says.
That's difficult because he will spend a little bit more time guarding Lopez, and Lopez typically will kind of drag him out to the 3-point line. So there's a good chance that Evan Mobley is actually going to be covering Giannis for a majority of it today. And if that's going to be the case, Giannis likes to really work in that mid-range or literally, run up and dunk it. So there's going to be good opportunity there for him. But as far as is Jared Allen going to be in that actual vicinity when Giannis goes to the rim, I don't know. Probably going to be a little bit more Evan Mobley there if I had to guess, but we don't have and another problem too is we don't have a lot of sample size of these guys actually playing each other. But let's take a look. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say he gets more of the rebound upside, but it's possible. It's possible. All right, so spike to the playmaking for Mobley, and let's see what Allen did. Okay, Allen actually got on the glass a lot more. Now that's going to come off the back also of Evan Mobley being out for some of those games, so take that for what you will. What the hell's his rebound problem? Am I blind? Do I need to? Oh, it's already on there. I'm tripping. Yeah, I mean, he's got really, really good history against them, no doubt. This is a little bit more of a higher line than what Allen might be normally at. I mean, he's typically kind of around that 9.5 range lately, and most of that's just coming off of Mobley doing the same thing. But, oh, man. The problem, too, with that is, again, if they go with Bobby Portis off the bench, he could be tasked with guarding him, which I think is a pretty good thing, but yeah, I'll leave that one to you, man. I mean, the head-to-head definitely looks favorable, but I don't know. And also, hate to say it, but there's also a really good chance that Cleveland just beats the brakes off of them. Milwaukee's, again, been another team on the road, very suspect on defense, and we've seen their offense struggle a lot. I mean, let's take a look at this, last game against OKC, a very, very elite defensive team, and in my perspective, the only reason they won was just OKC completely fell on its face as far as offense. But I mean, the game on both sides kept under 100, and Cleveland plays at a lot slower pace. So, yeah, good for rebounding though, or decent for rebounding.
Okie dokie. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I like this one. It's funny. It's a degen play for sure, but for some reason it seems fun. Eric says, Lopez under 0.5 dunks. I don't think he's getting that against Mobley and Allen. I don't even picture Brook Lopez dunking if he could. If he was in the vicinity of a dunk, he'd be like, I think I'll just lay it up here or hand it to Giannis. Look at all those dunks in his life. Oh, those rebounds. I was about to say. They don't have dunks. Oh, they do have dunks. I didn't even know they had dunks. Oh, 2 out of the last, what is that, 6?
Yeah, 2 out of the last 6. So, and no, I mean, you're totally right. It's a very difficult dunk, game environment in general. Cleveland always running that Twin Tower setup. They have been really, really good inside the paint, and they just don't allow, lobs. I think that could maybe be some kind of risk if he was that style of a player, but they don't just run it up and, set up a yam for him. If anything, it's ever going to be for Giannis, but not for Lopez, no. I think if he's going to get this, it's strictly off of a broken play. That is it.
Yeah, I like it. And I hate those plays, but I like that one. Just fun cheering for him to not dunk. Bunkle shit poop pants Lopez.
And we're going to roll the dice on a protected play today anyways, so, I don't like that, or I don't mind that for a 4th play.
James...
They bumped Jimmy. I hope you guys got it.
Oh, Big Jim.
Yeah, he's at 4 now. I'm going to take that out.
What do you think about what James Taylor says? Jaylen Brown assists overs hit every single time.
Yeah, I mean, when he's shooting like crap like he is, man, I hope he's passing it. Dude, he played awful against Detroit. Dude had 4 points in the first, 5 minutes of the game, and then just could not find his shot.
And then yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, he's definitely been, moderate amount of playmaking. The thing that is so frustrating about Boston is every single game, except for the random Tatum triple-double game, every single game, there is no, major influx or difference between their assist rating. Almost, no shit. Every single game, there's, Tatum, 10 potentials, Derek White, 9 potentials, Brown, 8 potentials, and it's such a small margin. And every single slate, I swear, all these guys, yesterday, Derek White was 4.5, ended with 4. Jaylen Brown, he was probably 3.5, and I assume by bringing him up here, he probably cleared this last game too. But this team, insanely frustrating as far as usage rating for playmaking specifically. And they play tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Let's just look at this. 4 assists for him. Derek White had 4. Tatum had 4, and I think Holiday also had 4. Yeah, 4. Infuriating team, man. I definitely lost money on them in just random situations. This team is my stone cold stay away every single slate for any kind of assist prop. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, and go figure they're the best team. Eric says also,
I was just lastly, and look at the matchups. Primo de jour outside of playing against Denver. This is 2 and 3 most assists allowed matchups against Chicago and Washington. And this team is just still all over the place with that. There's no predictability. There's no consistency. And yeah, I mean, personally, I think you're just totally wasting money there. Derek White, if anything. If I had to pick Derek White.
Eric says, also looks like Nick Richards is getting his spot back in the starting 5 today.
Is he? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, hey, he definitely deserved it after this last game, I will say. But they got us the other day with putting Mark Williams in the start. But yeah, I mean, he should start today. He's projected to start. Mark Williams being out, that helps out a lot. Not sure exactly what his usage rating is going to be. I kind of think of him Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford for Dallas. They kind of run the same style. Nick Richards offers a little bit more offensive upside, so I mean that's really good. But again, scoring on Embiid is going to be difficult already. But he's a good stretch big, so as long as they can get some transitions, I think that'll help out a lot. But one thing that's also kind of scary for this matchup in general, I don't know if they've given us turnover props for Charlotte, but Philly, top 2 turnovers caused per game. So we're going to have a really subpar offense against a decent defensive team on the road, causes a lot of turnovers. So this game recipe looks a little sketchy. And Charlotte's on a back-to-back, so they are definitely waving the flag if it gets ugly.
Makes sense. I think that's about all the questions we have in here at the momento. Yep. Okay, cool.
Well, we're going to keep it nice and light, and hopefully no donations today. Take advantage of, I think Underdog threw me a big solid $5 bonus blah, blah, blah thing today. So
yay,
I'm going to
Thanks, Underdog.
go spend all that at once.
Oh, man, they're on to us. They do not like us.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it happens. So we'll roll with the punches. We are rounding into Christmas week. I'm not 100% sure exactly what our schedule is going to look like. I think more than likely we'll take off for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and then be back at it, the days before and the days after.
Sounds good, man. Alrighty. Well, we'll get in the Discord and see what we can find here in the last little bit before tip. Maybe they'll throw some more college stuff up for tomorrow, too. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, they've had one Saturday game up for the last 2 days already. So I would imagine, especially with how light NBA is this evening, we should get some props fairly early.
And all the tackle props will pop up here too, the rest of them. There's been a lot, but there's a good amount more. And one just popped up I'm going to go look at right now that's interesting. So hopefully we'll get a couple more of those too. We'll be good to go.
Perfect. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys hanging out this week, and we will be back Monday, back to the grind. Before we head out, make sure you guys do us a huge solid. Hit that like and subscribe button. Help us out a ton. And check out the links down below for our Discord. Still running the 7-day free trial, and we'll hope to see you in there. All right, Underrated. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the hard work this week, and good luck tonight, everyone.